I'm making a video on my brother's house. I bought him an inexpensive AV receiver, $300. It was on sale, Black Friday sale, so it was like almost half price.
Yeah.
And those lower end receivers, Spatial Audio Calibration Toolkit. You got a low end receiver, you manually calibrate it, and you will have a much better experience than any of that built-in room correction. So
That's funny.
It was fun. He got two Polk towers, some old ones from his brother, and he just needed something to power them. And dude, like the amount, it did something weird. It set up the situation like there was 3 speakers and a subwoofer, and the speakers were cut off at like 100 hertz. And I don't know why the receiver did that. So I went in through all the settings. I'm like, what is going on here? And we did a quick level match. We did distance with like, a tape measure that he had there. And it was only for 2 speakers, but dude, huge difference. Huge difference. We played some movies. He was like, damn. I played the beginning of Lord of the Rings, it has that bass drop. He loved that. He was like, whoa, there's no subwoofer either. I'm like, no. He's like, I probably won't need one. I'm like, yeah, probably not. But yeah, there's all that stuff. I talked to Amir at Summit HiFi yesterday. Yeah, cool. He's got some new equipment that he's going to send over in like January.
Yeah, Amir's good peoples.
Yeah, my only thing is the stupid thing is so heavy. It's like, damn.
Yeah, that's funny. Like you're saying that the toolkit, shameless plug, was useful for that that calibration. For the inexpensive ones. Yeah. But so is the Magic Beans True Target app.
Ooh.
You can get it at magicbeansaudio.com.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. That's that one that Aaron has not tried yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, somebody's talked to me about that, but I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you think about that. I helped somebody with a calibration of their Magnapan LRS speakers, and I was interested in that because they're so different. They throw sound forward and backwards. They're planar magnetic. Is that right? I think they are.
Yeah, I don't recall, man.
They're like your the ones that you had, Chana. The see-through ones. The Martin Logans? Yeah, what were those planar magnetic?
No. Those are electrostatic. Planar magnetic. Yeah, planar magnetics are like Wisdom Audio uses planar magnetics.
Okay.
Wisdom Audio.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know what they're
the
LRS.
difference is that they're like magnets. They're like magnets, right?
I see.
Opposing magnets, whereas the electrostatic is 2 opposing pieces with an electrostatic film in the middle.
Got it.
Creating a sound.
Yeah, so I ran Magic Beans on that, and because the dispersion pattern is so weird and the interaction with the room is way different, they're pretty tall. That the target curve that it gave was very atypical, right? I don't think any automatic room correction would ever recommend this type of target. And I was like, this is an experiment. I'm kind of curious to hear what you think when you apply it. And he did, and he's like, sounds awesome. Sounds very convincing. So that's interesting to me because it kind of tells me like that what we're doing is correct. A lot of times you have to do experiments on the extreme ends of things. Normal speakers, it works. I know it works with most normal speakers, but what happens when you use it with these planar, whatever these are? What happens when you use it with something with a huge horn, like gigantic horn?
Huge corn?
Something like
that one guy that it had no baffle, right?
It was just like the directivity is so weird. I'm like, oh, this is breaking my app right now. It was good because we had to fix certain things because I'm like, I don't know who's going to be using this. I can't assume that you're all using like great speakers with great directivity. I don't know. So anyway, it was a cool experiment, and it seemed to work with those speakers as well. even though the target curve was really weird.
Now, if you can't catch the show, we do have an audio version at anchor.fm/dailyhifi. So make sure to go on over there if you like to listen to the show.